I want to create a better tutorial for the use of Unity, with or without the Vive, with or without the Leap. Just want to show how quickly and easily it can be done. So I got Unity started, downloaded Unity 5.4.0, tutorial 1. I'll just name it exactly that. Let's put it in the folder with that name. All right. So make sure 3D is on. Now I'm going to use the Vive here, but you don't have to use the Vive. I'll show you later why, or what exactly you can use. But just with that, just create the project. It'll create the project for us. Just waiting a tiny bit. Okay. Yep, put it over here. Now, just to make things a little bit easy for us to see, I want to show you a couple things. First of all, you could use the main camera here. If you don't want to use the Vive, this is what you would end up using. So if you don't want to use the Vive, you can use this main camera up here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create just a little ground plane for us to use, so to give us a little sense of orientation. Here's the extents, right? That's kind of big, but whatever. For the Vive, we would replace this main camera with SteamVR, which is super easy to do. You just get it from the asset store, which is right there. Oops, I click. And you import it. That automatically imports. Just select all, it's no big deal. Automatically imports everything in SteamVR for you. I click the import, accept all. Now that I've gotten that working, I've got SteamVR in here. I'll replace the main camera with the prefab that they recommend, which is the camera rig prefab, and just simply drop it into the scene. So that actually puts it into the actual scene. That now the camera rig is there. Okay. Then you've got your actual camera. It's actually on the head and everything. So there's our camera rig, right? It's got that little blue space that recognizes the play area, so to speak. Remove the directional light somewhere else, just to get out of our way. Now, with that, and with only that, I can actually already just start looking around with the Vive. I mean, let's make it so that it's somewhat more easy to see for us. Create new, and this is how you like create materials and stuff, create colors and stuff. Green floor, right? I've just created a green, color for the mesh, and there I am, just like that. I hit play, and now with the Vive, I can look around. The next thing we want to do is, and to do that, we have to import a new package. Import the package that comes with Leap Orion. It's somewhere there on their website. It's very easy to find. Import package, custom package, and I already happen to have it here. Core asset, Orion 414 Unity package. Alright. So that, and just say all. Okay, so I just got done. Now I'd go into here, open zip, leap motion, and um, I want to attach the leap mounted camera rig, leap head mounted camera rig, leap motion head mounted head mounted rig onto the camera. And so the way this object hierarchy works is everything on this part, by the way, is part of the scene. But so what I've just done is, among the other things it's attached, I've attached the leap motion head mounted rig, right? And that's just saying that the leap motion's on the thing, and it can be listening for signals and stuff. But that's not really going to do anything. What you want it to do is you want it to, at the very least, show your hands, right? So you go into here, leap controller, and you can change the size of the model pool. I can remember how to do that. There you go. Say you've got 2 hands, and then it gives you 2 groups of hands. Now, I'm going to put 2 groups of hands in here. It doesn't really matter where you put them, but I'll just put them under the leap space. Or what the hell? Under the hand controller. So this capsule hand is just a prefab that's actually just a graphical hand. And then under here, you've actually got your rigid hand, which is the actual physical hand that can actually bump into objects and stuff. I'll show you why later that's important. Now, your capsule hand, where'd I go? Okay, so I was back here, and I'll just call this group graphics, sorry, hands. And I'll say for my left hand, I'll put that model. My right hand, I'll put that model. I'll enable it so you can duplicate. I don't know why I have to say that, but anyway. And physics hands. So I'll put that for the left model and that for the right model. Enabled. Can't duplicate. And just for fun and also to orient, to give ourselves better orientation, I'll put a cube fairly close to where the camera is. Like that. Alright. I'm going to give it physics. This is how you give physics to an asset. Just say rigid body. Use gravity. There you go. And if it's within reach, I should be able to like swat it around. I'm not sure if it is going to be within reach, but let's see. Alright. Here we go. Okay, so with just that, I'm able to see my hands in 3D. A little bit of lag here because I got like several instances going to be open. But I can kind of move, but there you go. But then of course now it's way too far from me. And that's really all I can do, you know, with this. So now that we've moved the hands, the fun part comes in. This is when we actually import our Efficio plugin, which makes it really, really easy to add behaviors. As a matter of fact, Leap doesn't even need to be there. And these are all, again, based on what exists is all based on what the actual person does. So we just call it a simple example. New packages will become available. So we're importing all our DLLs. Yes, import them. Importing all the plugins. Okay. So plugins are all imported for Efficio, and all we need to do for Efficio very simply is two things. First, just drag the Efficio prefab into this scene. It's invisible, it doesn't matter, it just needs to become part of the scene. Okay? The reason it's there is actually that's what sends messages back to us. But just take my word for it, we just need to put it on the scene. Okay? Alright, there you go. It's in the scene. Great. And then now, we'd like to do something interesting with it, right? Let's say that with a pinch, we can move around, or do whatever, but just for the sake of brevity, let's make it so the pinch moves us around. Now that the Efficio prefab is on the in the scene, as part of the scene, we're simply just going to add a little script that Efficio actually allows, actually makes it self-register. Just got some voodoo around that. Here, just go create, let's see, create new script, just make it a C# script, and we'll call it move on right and pinch. And now I go into here. So, as always, you can use any editor, but I happen to be using Visual Studio, and this by default will tell you to create mono behavior. Now, because we already have imported the Efficio prefab, all we need to do is actually replace this, what it inherits from, with an Efficio behavior. Obviously, we would need to import some things that Efficio needs. And a couple more using statements. Nothing too consequential. Okay. Now, mono behavior typically requires the implementation of start and update. We're not going to do that because Efficio already has a derived class from mono behavior that is abstract that recognizes that it needs to fire when this gesture does. Can you guess what it is? Well, it's when the right hand, thumb, and index are pinching. So, and it's an abstract class, it's registered itself, done all this. You simply just need to override this single abstract method that it has. So, like override, void, handle pinch. Just needs us to override that. And this is just saying, what do you want to do when the pinch actually gets when the pinch actually happens? Well, let's do, in this case, something where the camera moves in the direction of where the user is facing. So, let's just call this var move to where I'm looking. Edit point there. And I'm just saying that camera main transform. This is saying let's find the camera's transform forward and 0.2 f. That's saying that let's get that position, and then let's tell the transform, which is the game object, which happens to be the camera rig, that let's move you to that location. move to where I'm looking. And that's it. That's just, oh, transform, not translate. Right, and that's it. Let's do build that. And now you can see that that's hooked up. Oh, I created that script. I'll hook it up to the camera rig, put that script right up on the camera rig. So now it's there. So now that the script's compiled, I'm just going to put that up on the camera rig so the whole camera rig moves. And now you've got the script right there. It says move on right hand pinch. And with that, I hit play. We are going to see this in action. There we go. Oh, that's a little further. Okay, so with just that, I'm able to see my hands in 3D. A little bit of this lag here because I got like several instances maybe open. But I can kind of move, but there you go. But then of course now it's way too far from me. And that's really all I can do, you know, with this